Hello everyone. We've changed locations. We are going to be walking and talking and whatever. So this next video, we are talking all about, before we get into that, you guys have to promise me to subscribe, like, and share our channel. Because, it's nice here. It's nice. Sand's hot, so when you're in the water, the dark sand, it feels nice. Anyway, subscribe, like, and share our channel with family, with friends, anyone that you think would love the content, anyone that you think, our story will inspire them, anyone that needs a laugh, right? Promise.
Can I hold it?
If you want, actually.
I don't know. Let's see. Might be better.
Yeah, maybe you can hold it. Yeah, that's good. So, yeah. Subscribe, like, share. We are the Orphinos. We're on Instagram. You'll see all our links as well. So, this video we're talking about the process of how we came down here to, where are we at?
Costa Rica.
There we go. Okay, you want to stop?
Yeah.
So the process it took to get down to Costa Rica. So let's break it up first into why Costa Rica? Why? Can you answer that?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
So that's probably the toughest question that we get, is why. But it should be the easiest, right? But
Yeah.
It's the toughest.
No, I don't think it's a tough question. Or, you know what it is? It's because the answer is I think it continually changes.
Yes, exactly.
That's why.
Exactly.
I think you're saying it's a difficult question. Because why? So why Costa Rica? Why the country?
Or why did we move?
But see, there's two things
Yes.
to that question.
Yes.
So why Costa Rica first? Let us tell you why Costa Rica first, because that's pretty valid, and I think we should tell them.
Yeah.
Okay? So why?
Go ahead.
Why Costa Rica? So we thought about Costa Rica because of the fact, I was here 12 years ago. When there was nothing.
It's the laid-back culture.
The laid-back culture.
It's the laid-back culture of Costa Rica that we love, and when you're here, it's everything and more.
Yeah, it is. It's a country that focuses on the simplicities of life. It's just so beautiful, really picturesque, beautiful. They preserve what life is supposed to be, was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Right? Meant to be beautiful, simple, lovely, pure, and that's what Costa Rica is. So, and if you want to talk about the economy, because that obviously was definitely a reason why, it's a booming economy.
It's good.
It's good.
Solid.
It's a solid economy. And I don't really want to talk too much about all that other stuff because it's boring. So basically,
we can get into the details
of like
the
economy of Costa Rica and all of that, but I don't want to talk about it now.
Yeah.
So why did we decide to move? That's a good one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why did we decide to move?
We wanted to get away from the everyday grind of North America.
Yeah.
And at first it was going to be just, let's try it out for a bit.
Yeah.
But I think trying it out for a bit probably wouldn't give us the full experience that we needed. So we decided just to move here.
And you can definitely, you want me to hold it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So like, yeah, you can definitely just like move somewhere, but we sold everything. So there's a couple of parts to this, you know. We sold everything back home. We sold our home, we sold our furniture, we sold everything. We had our cars. So the intention was basically, and the reason why we sold everything, there's a saying I learned from a friend, and it's called burn the boats, burning the boats. And basically, I don't know if you guys have heard that saying, but when you burn the boats, you're burning everything that is safe, that would help you. So the reason why we burn the boats is because we have no choice but to thrive and make something of ourselves here. Because you know what, guys, if you do keep the house and you do keep everything, yeah, we could just move back home. I mean, of course, we can move anywhere. When times get tough, we run back to our comfort zone, right?
Which is natural.
Which is a natural human thing to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, I mean, gotta burn the boats. So we burned the boats, and we, you know, booked a one-way ticket to Costa Rica. And we're here now, and I mean, let me show you, like, this is the view. This is like our everyday. This is our everyday. Why to do this for our kids?
Yeah.
Really want a beautiful life for them. To offer them that beautiful life. And guys, there's sacrifices. We had to do things that we didn't really want to do, but we did it. We sacrificed for our kids to make this move for them to enjoy a pure and simple life here, right? So I think that's good for like why.
Yeah.
But now,
how do we do it?
How? Be right back. Okay, we're back. So next up on the agenda for this video is the process, right? So the process to making the move to Costa Rica. And I do want to advise you guys, this is just for like entertainment purposes. If you want to find out some solid information, I highly suggest you go to a government website to get all of the information down, okay? That's exactly what we did. We went to government websites, we found out the requirements to, you know, make a move to Costa Rica, and
hired a lawyer.
We hired a lawyer, which you have to hire a lawyer, or else there's just no way for you to. The reason why we hired a lawyer too is because we are doing a residency. We're fulfilling a residency, a rentista residency. There's a few residencies. I'm not going to go into detail about the residencies. I want you guys to do your own research if that's something that you are interested in. Again, government websites are your best friend. They have solid information, credible information, and the reason why I say that is because go to a government website because things are always changing, right?
Yes.
Things are always changing.
Yes, especially with COVID.
Especially with what's going on and everything. So I think it's best to just kind of go and get all your info there. Okay, hired a lawyer, and because we want to fulfill a residency, a 2-year rentista residency. And again, all of those requirements, check that out online. The best thing we did was hire a lawyer because she alleviated a lot of stress and anxiety that we had.
Yeah, and time.
And
we were
time,
able
absolutely.
to, like, you know, put that time into other things.
Yes. Like what did we do?
Well, selling our house, selling our everything that we owned, other than like a 10 by 20 storage unit that we have in Burlington still. Yeah. Which
I mean, we're gonna have to give that up
eventually.
It's too much. Anyway, yeah, because that's a whole other thing. Because our time and energy needed to be placed on really, you know, really big, monumental, important things back home, you know. And so the process, guys, is not really that difficult. But a lot of you are trying to figure out how. I'm thinking. A lot of you are trying to figure out, how are we making this work? So how are you able to live there, make money in Costa Rica? So constantly getting questions, how are you financially sustaining yourselves while here in Costa Rica? So we're going to put this very to the point, and I mean bluntly, we sold everything.
So right now we're living off the equity of everything that we sold.
Yeah.
For the time being.
Keep in mind, I'm working online.
Yeah.
If you're you have an online business, you can absolutely sustain yourself here. Life here is not the North American lifestyle that we're used to. And it's so nice that you don't have to keep up with everything and everybody and all of the norm back home, right? You know? Yeah. So there's buffer for us, guys. There's buffer. We've got a buffer.
But there are multiple things you can do.
But there's multiple things you can do.
You can buy a business.
Yeah.
You can, buy real estate.
Invest.
You can, you can basically do anything other than work or be employed by a company.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you can't, because a lot of people have asked me, what's the minimum wage? Unfortunately, you're not a resident. You're not working. Yeah. You're not allowed to.
So if you have an online business, it's okay. You can buy a business here.
Absolutely.
You can
take it over.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's ways. There's
real
ways.
estate, property management, anything that you can, anything that is your own
entity. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of opportunities that are coming up, and you'll find that when you do make that change, you may not know at the time what you're going to do, but I mean, if you kind of just like surrender and let go and talk to people and network, so that's the how. That's how we're doing it. That's how we're making it work. That's how you get down here. And yes, another question that comes up all the time is the 90-day runs, the 90-day border runs. Let's clear that up.
So until we get residency, we have to leave the country every 90 days because we are just here on a tourist visa. So 90 days, we got to leave, come back. We can go anywhere we want as long as we leave the country. Get our passport stamped and come back another 90 days until we get our residency.
Also, the reason why, we're driving while we're here. We're driving.
Yeah.
So that's something to
validate
as well.
To validate your driver's license. So our Ontario driver's license, it needs to be validated.
And wrapping our heads around leaving a very comfortable life in Canada, Toronto, outside of Toronto, Burlington, beautiful life, very comfortable. Why and how do you leave that comfort and come to a third world country where you do not know, and you're leaving all of the comforts of home and heading into somewhere that is the unknown, right? So how did we do that? Because that in itself is something that you really have to prepare for.
Yeah.
You're preparing yourself for that back home, but you're also going through that process the minute you land here.
Yeah, because the thing about this country, I don't know about other countries, but this country specifically is, doesn't really matter how much money you have. You cannot take, it doesn't matter how much you try, you cannot take the North American lifestyle and the things you have in North America and bring them here and live here the same way. It doesn't matter, it just doesn't work. So that's something we realized, not that we wanted to do that, but you realize really quickly that it's not possible. So
exactly, it's not possible.
But you also realize with everybody that lives here, you realize very quickly that they don't have a lot, but what they do have, with what they do have, they enjoy their life to the fullest. And that is like a beautiful thing, and you don't really realize that until you get down here and you talk to people and you meet people and you see where they live and you see what they do on a daily basis, and it is a very beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful experience. It's very refreshing, and it brings you back to what we were saying at the beginning of this video and how life is meant for us to live. Like a weight kind of lifted off our shoulders when we realize that it doesn't matter who you are, what you have. Like you mentioned, everyone's kind of equal.
Everybody's equal. Doesn't matter what religion you are,
right?
What you look like, what you own, what kind of house you live in. It doesn't matter. Everything here is just pura vida.
There you go.
That's it.
And that is definitely a process in itself to kind of create and go through when you arrive here. Yes, you know, saying goodbye to our families and our friends was absolutely the most difficult and I'd say maybe at times very painful experience. But we know that we are creating such a grand, rich life here that we are inspiring them. You watching, you can make a change in your life, but it will cost you your, you know, unbecoming who you once were and becoming that person that you really have to become. You know, it's an incredible process. A lot of uncomfortable twists and turns, but I don't think I would change it. I think I'm very grateful for the experience, right?
Yep.
So, guys, we're gonna leave it at that, right?
Yep. Tide's getting higher.
Tide's getting higher. It's
walk
coming
out.
in. So, we'll end off with like a view of the ocean. And Pura Vida, guys, thanks so much for watching. Until next time.